All right, guys. Hello. Happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Third time's the charm. I hope you can hear me now. This is the third time we've tried this live broadcast. And you know what? Looks like everything's good. If you're having any problems seeing this stream, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you are joining in live, go ahead and let me know what you're doing this weekend. Are you partying? Are you just hanging out, maybe going to the beach, going camping? It's the unofficial start of summer, and that means it's time for summer parties. And you know what? It's not a party if there's not a dip. So I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite dips. It's an avocado cilantro Greek yogurt dip. I came up with this recipe when I was food styling and ended up with a bunch of avocados and Greek yogurt at home. And I was like, you know what? I love a dip, so let's make a dip. Anyways, if you're watching live, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're doing this weekend. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and tell me, how you enjoyed the weekend. All right, so we're going to get started. And I'm super excited. Seems like everything's working this time. All right, let's go ahead and switch into the demo. Woohoo! Love it. All right. Hey, guys. So because this is the third time we're trying this, and it seems like the audio is working this time. Yep, we're all good. We are making this avocado cilantro Greek yogurt dip, and I'm actually partially done with it. But that's okay. I'm going to tell you what I did. So we started out with 2 avocados. They went into our food processor. 1 cup of Greek yogurt. You can use any kind of Greek yogurt you like. If you like full-fat Greek yogurt, 2%, non-fat, whatever floats your boat. Obviously, if you're going to use a Greek yogurt that is full-fat, it's going to be a little bit richer, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? All right, so we also have 1 cup of cilantro. My recipe does say cilantro leaves. If you want to get persnickety about it, you can pull the leaves off of the stems. You're going to end up with a little bit smoother dip. So you'll end up with like the nice leaves. But I went ahead and I honestly was a little lazy and just broke off some cilantro off the bunch and put it all in here. And it's going to be totally fine. It's going to work great. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and take 2 scallions that are roughly chopped. I kind of just chop them into chunks. The reason they're chopped up is because they're going to blend up in that food processor a lot easier than if we just put them in whole. Next, we've got our jalapeno. So you've got 1 medium jalapeno. I sliced it in half, and then I'm going to scoop out the seeds. If you like things spicy, you want to leave the seeds in. Hey, Amanda. Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad you can hear me now. Definitely like working with the new system, and I'm glad that you guys are patient and letting me try this out. All right, so we've got our jalapeno. I'm going to show you how to take the seeds out. You want to use a spoon, and you kind of want to just scoop out the seeds with your spoon. Obviously, try not to touch the seeds or this membrane. That's where it's really most of the spice is kicked in, and you're going to get spicy fingers. And spicy fingers rubbing eyes or other places like maybe isn't the best option. So jalapeno, seeded. We're going to do a rough chop just so it'll blend up pretty easy in our food processor. All right. Woohoo! Now, if you do like it spicy, like I said, you can go ahead and leave the seeds in the membrane in. Totally fine. All right, jalapenos in the food processor. We're also going to put in some lemon juice. Take your lemon, roll it on your countertop a little bit. That'll help the juices release. And then we're going to put in, I don't know, I said about 3 tablespoons. I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze this whole lemon in here, make sure I don't get any seeds in. I love the lemon juice in this. Helps keep it nice and bright and fresh. It's delicious. And then we've got our garlic. 1 clove of garlic. Follow your heart. If you like more garlic, add all the garlic you want in it. So I just smashed that garlic clove quite violently, if I must say. But that helps me get the peel off of it, and I'm just going to throw the whole thing in there. And then we just need a little salt, cumin, and chili powder. So about a teaspoon of salt is going to go into our food processor with everything. Oops. All right, and then we've got our cumin and our chili powder. And guess what? It's as easy as that with the first few steps that we missed. And we're going to just process this baby. Hello, food processor. So it's going to get loud for a second. Don't mind that. We're just going to go for it. Now, if you notice that your food processor isn't processing everything as well as it should, meaning like you need to press stuff down, scrape down the sides as needed, you know, get in there. You could also add a little bit more water, or there's no water in here yet, but if you notice that it's really having a hard time processing everything, go ahead and add in some water or more lemon juice. You could do lime juice too. Whatever makes you happy. Try new things. And I'm actually going to try to squeeze a little bit more lemon juice in here because I'm having a hard time with it. You know, I think I'm going to throw some lime juice in too. Let me grab a lime. You know, the acid is delicious. The acid from the lemons and the limes. So, you know, go for it. Yeah, Amanda, it does smell quite wonderful from all the fresh ingredients. You know, I love cooking retro recipes. I think the nostalgia is great, and I think they're a lot of fun. But one thing they often lack is fresh ingredients. So that's one of my goals is to, you know, make classic party food recipes, but freshen them up with lots of herbs and delicious farmer's market ingredients because you know what? That's the way to go, right? All right, let's go ahead and move this around a little bit with our food, with our spatula. We're really just gonna go for it. All right, so let's give this a stir. It's nice and smooth. It's super green. It's greener than the recipe that's on cupofzest.com, and the reason is we use bigger avocados this time, which you can totally do. And I'm going to give it a little taste to see if it needs any more anything. Oh, I think that's great. Maybe a little more salt. I'm definitely a salt fiend. I'm just going to add a little bit more salt, pulse it a couple more times, but that fresh jalapeno and the lime and the lemon, oh my god, I'm just like in love with it. Thanks, Amanda. You're sweet. I appreciate it. All right, let's do it. Yeah, Alyssa, we're really lucky that we have great farmers markets and like such an abundance of fresh produce. Obviously, if you're not in California or in a place where you have access to really great produce, use what you can, you know, but whenever you can add in fresh ingredients, you gotta do it. It really makes a difference in your recipes. All right, this avocado cilantro Greek yogurt dip is delicious and ready to go. And you could plate it just in a bowl simply, but I'm gonna show you a couple tips to plate it in a really beautiful way, in a fun way. Because, you know, all my experience of working on Food Network shows and as an assistant food stylist here in Los Angeles, I've learned some tips and some tricks, and I want to teach them to you. Because you know what? If you can make your food beautiful, you might as well give it a go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Sorry I went away for a second. I've got my crudité and my little platter we're going to use. Oops, and a green dip, but I also need that spat. All right, I am back with the spat. So, obviously, I love vintage and retro things, right? And I think that it's really great to incorporate old vintage antique pieces into your servingware whenever you can. So I've got this really pretty glass bowl, and I'm going to just fill it up with some of my dip. You don't need to do all of it. If you are going to a party, you can also, you know, put some of this dip into a container and leave it in the fridge at the host's house or at your own house. And that way it stays nice and cool and you can replenish as you need to. And you'll have a nice chilled dip. All right, hello green dip. So I'm giving it a few little swirls. Obviously when the party gets going and people like really dig into your dip, the swirls are gonna go away, but you can add other things to make it really pretty. Make a little more space. Yeah, plating is definitely something that can be really difficult, Alyssa, but taking time to think through how you want things to look, and then also, honestly, from all of my experience and just doing it over and over again has really helped. But hopefully I can give you some tips to like make things look gorgeous. So one thing that I really like to do is to make your dishes look really abundant, and that helps with making things look beautiful. If your plating is sparse, or you're using a plate that's too big for what you're plating, it doesn't quite work. So I always go on the side of a little bit smaller and just have the notion that I might need to replenish with more vegetables or crudité or chips later. So I've got my dish with the chips. Oh, sorry, with the chips. I was reading chips. I've got my dip here in my little bowl, and you know this is really great with chips or crudité. We're gonna do some veggies today. So one thing I like to do is, and you can do this the day before, is chop up all your veggies. I've got some really gorgeous Farmer's Market carrots that I cut on a bias. I also have just some regular orange carrots from the grocery store, and then some radishes. These came from Trader Joe's. They have like a bag of rainbow radishes right now, and I thinly sliced them on a mandolin. So we're gonna go ahead and just arrange our veggies. Now, I come from a place where I like things to look really natural and organic, and I don't want to have like all my purple carrots together and all of my orange carrots together and then all of my radishes. I want to kind of intersperse them, and that's going to add some dimension and character to your dish when you plate it. I was working on getting an overhead camera set up so you could really see what was going, but next video I'll hopefully have that together. So I like to start from the very base of whatever the dip is, and kind of just put, you can see that, put the carrots and the radishes really tight to the dish. And different colors are getting mixed in. You're not just going to do one color or the next. You can do that. That's going to look super retro, super cute. But I want things to look a little bit more modern, even though we're doing retro-ish stuff. It just makes it a little more interesting to look at. All right, so I am just kind of tiling the vegetables in between each other, and having the different colors and different shapes and textures really helps adding some variety into your plating. Also, you know, I think it's cute to keep the little green tops on the carrots. Obviously, this is the very top of that carrot, but it's going to add a little something extra to your plating. I'm going to check for some comments. Let's see. Yeah, pita chips would be really great with this for sure. It's a very tasty dip. Now when you're plating, you also want to think about the direction people are going to be looking at the dish when they're eating it. So if I'm at a party and this is the table I'm at, I'm going to be looking at it from this angle, which I'm actually putting it more this way. So you want to plate your dish so the beautiful side is whatever people are going to be looking at. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. If you're going to have a lower table and maybe it's on your coffee table, you might want to look from above to see how the food looks. Just a thought. That's why when I'm working on food styling jobs, or if I'm doing anything for my website, whatever angle I'm shooting the photo from, I always try to look and style the food from the angle I'm shooting it at. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Because maybe I'm trying to ramble a little bit. Alright, so we're going to get some more radishes in there. I think it's starting to look quite pretty. And you just kind of go for it, guys. Don't think too hard about it. When you start thinking too much about it, that's when things start to look really structured and people struggle with plating. I also, because I said I wanted to keep different textures and shapes in my plating of my crudité, I also kind of had these little baby carrots, and I cut them down the middle, and they're just going to be some cute little guys to stick out, and I'm actually going to stick them over here next to the dish. A little wild, a little fun. Woo! Doing it. Yep, so just pile those veggies in. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. Yep, Amanda, thank you. I'm glad that makes sense. You know, you could do something for so long, and then when you have to explain it to someone, and you want to explain it to someone in a way that works, sometimes it's hard to grasp the words. Anyways, we're going through it. I love all these different colors and shapes with the radishes. And yeah, so let me know what you're doing this weekend. If you're hanging out or cooking, maybe having a party, let me know in the comments. So Alyssa says she's looking forward to doing party food for her baby's first birthday next weekend. Oh my gosh, he's already a year old. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, party menus are really fun to come up with. Alyssa, are you going to be cooking everything, or are you inviting people to bring some stuff themselves too? And what about a cake? Smash cake, is that happening? Oh, yay. All right, so I hope you can see that this is starting to look very abundant, and that's why I like the smaller dish. Obviously, if you're having a huge party and you don't have the time to keep replenishing small dishes, don't do this. You know, make it easy for yourself, because ultimately, as long as the food is good, people are going to be talking about that, you know? And you want to make sure that you're making connection and making your friends happy and wowing them with how good your food tastes. Plating things beautifully will take time, and it takes a little bit more effort. And sometimes it's not a priority, and that's okay, all right? You just do your best, and don't worry about being perfect, because perfection can be so boring. All right, almost done with these carrots. Oh my gosh, this one's got like a crazy thing going on here. We're gonna leave it. Yeah, we are. Hello, crazy little piece. And obviously you don't have to use all of your vegetables you cut, but I am, and I'm gonna kind of just stick them in to the little places. How about a couple more carrots here? I'm loving this, guys. I hope you're enjoying this too. Our very abundant platter with our dip. And that's it. We did it! Yay! All right, so Alyssa says, we usually cook everything and keep a theme. Oh, I love that you're doing a theme for parties. That's definitely the way to go. And it actually makes it really easy for planning out a menu, because you have a theme, then you know what you need to make. All right, guys, so that's it. If you can see our beautiful platter of veggies and our dip, you could put a spoon in here. A nice little antique spoon would look super cute. And yeah. Ooh, I'm going to change cameras so you can see it closer. Maybe. There we go. All right. Yes, into it? Feeling it? I am. I think it's gorgeous. I'm glad you were there to help and to hang out with me. I'll put this down. And I'm going to take a little bite, because it's a really good dip. All right, a couple of housekeeping notes. Make sure to follow my page or subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet. I'd love to have your support and your love so I can do more of these videos and I can help you cook more wow-worthy party foods. All right, that's about it. The recipe link will be in the description of the video. And if you liked it, make sure to share it with a friend. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what your favorite dip recipe is to make, and maybe I'll make it next. All right, bye. Have a great weekend.